My name is Juan Garcia. Today, I'd like to talk about books, one particular book that is in the library of one of our schools. Today, I would like to thank Board Member Nolan for joining the school board. The school board had the opportunity to select a candidate who would have brought some ideological diversity to the board, but that didn't happen. That's fine. You stated, Mr. Nolan, during the interview, you wanted to engage in hard discussions. So let's have a discussion. During the interview, Mr. Wolford asked a question regarding book banning, which had me do some research into what we have in our schools. Board-approved books. I'm not for banning books. I'm not against books for transgenders, homosexuals, or straights. I'm for books that you as a taxpayer and a parent are comfortable having your 14-year-old son or daughter read at the dining room table. A book your 14-year-old son and daughter can read in the living room of your home. I will call these books age appropriate. And I repeat, age appropriate. So we have books located at Mayfield called Jack of Hearts and Other Parts that might make you a little squeamish, but they shouldn't, because this is the type of books in our high schools, okay? So if your daughter has access to these books, then you should have no problem with it. I have not read the whole book, but I will assume the subject of anal and oral sex can apply to both sons and daughters. And if you're interested in your son or daughter getting some good coaching in not only anal or oral sex, but on promiscuity or sluttiness, in the book, page 24, our first experience in anal sex, then this is the book to do it, okay? I would continue with a little more vivid description of these books, but you get the gist. And my question to the board is, you approved it. Somebody approved this book and others. This is just one of them in Mayfield. There's various books similar to this throughout the high schools. So why did you do that? You talk about caring for your kids. I heard Mr. Nolan talk during this interview, and the other interviews too. You talk about caring for our kids. So is this age appropriate for our kids? Is this something that we should be teaching at 14 years old? Is this something a 14-year-old young lady or young boy should be having in front of him and reading and learning how to be a nice, good slut? It's not my words. They're in the book. Book you approve in your schools, in our schools. So the question is, what are you going to do about it, if anything? What are parents going to do about it? Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Next, we have Tommy Esparza and Tana Miller. The topic of elementary PE track meet.